Pittsburgh. This is Anthony. With me, as always, is my co-host Nate. Every day I'm hustling. And you guys are tuning in to ECOM and Beyond Morning Show. So glad to see everyone that is joining us in the chat. As you can tell, guys, I'm still down with the gout. Still can't put any weight on my foot or walk. So, yeah, I'm on the struggle bus. So it doesn't look like I'll be doing a whole lot of work today. Luckily, my wife was able to bring her Chromebook up to the bedroom for me. So I'm at least able to go live and see all of you wonderful people this morning, which I'm happy about. So I want to say hello to a few people that are already here. Sandollar is the first one in chat today, Nate, if you want to toss a brownie point his way. What up, Ray? How you doing? She says, Sandollar, you beat me. You beat everyone all the time. Good morning, everyone. Sandollar is the man.
Sandollar's in first place.
Oh, is he? Nice.
Yep.
You got Johnny, Cajun Roots Reseller. What is up, my man? BK Vending and Flipping. Hey, Matt. Let's see who else we got in the Heezy. Faux Sheezy. Scott, what's going on, my man? All the way in Johnstown. Heard you were live with Nate yesterday. So what's up? Reseller man. What's up, David? Good to see you. Storage Scavenger. What is going on? Glad to see you today. Melissa Cape. Good morning from chilly Mass. Hey, good morning from chilly Pittsburgh. It's pretty cold out this way, too. I think it's in like the teens today or something like that. Got No Money G in the house. What's up, Greg? Got Rev Resale. What's up, my man? He has a cool channel. I don't know if you've ever checked him out, Nate. Rev Resale. But he's also a pastor that does reselling.
Okay.
Siosa Sales. What's up, Lisa? Got Cherry Picker. How are you doing today, Veronica? She said she didn't get the notification this morning. That sucks. I don't know why. DC Sells, the master of the license plate. I got a dog trying to come on screen. Get your furry face out of here, Hunter. Lisa says she's been caught getting messaging at work, so she's going to try to be quiet today. I feel you there. That's rough status. Got Harlan's Reselling Adventures. What's going on, Harlan? Glad you could join us today, bud. Eric Bischoff. Every time I see Eric Bischoff in the chat, I think of like Eric Bischoff's like entrance music from like WWE and WCW. It's like, I'm bad. Got Landshark Picker in the house. What's going on, Craig?
What's up, Craig?
Bad Dog, what is up? Bargain Effects in the house. What's up, Tommy? Tommy 2.0, my favorite Tommy. Kelly, the Ecom Mom Ward. Are you're welcome, Rev Resell. Anytime, man. I like what you do. Justin Jacobs didn't get a notification either. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Maybe it's because I only scheduled this. I scheduled this at like 6 a.m, I think. Something like that. Might have been 5. I can't remember. It was early though. So I ended up tapping out early last night. Sleepless Hustler. What's going on, Mac? That's like the hardest working dude in the business right there. Sleepless Hustler. Check him out if you haven't, guys. He's a cool dude. We need to have you on one of these mornings, Mac. Whenever you have some time away from your hustle, side hustle, try hustle, and reselling. Nice. He picked up 6 bundles of wrap paper for free. I love getting packing materials for free. Like I have all types of people like hooking me up. Like my mom gets stuff from the hospital all the time, brings it home. Ashley gets stuff from her nursing at home client, brings it home to me all the time. So it's just awesome. Like I never ever have to like pay for stuff. The only stuff I ever pay for is I will splurge and get my 24 by 24 poly bags just because they're like the most convenient thing on earth. So I always get those. I get them in like a Chargers blue, like the powder blue. I like those. But other than that, yeah, I typically don't ever have to pay for, packing materials. I'd say the other thing I like to, I probably do get, I have to pay for is bubble mailers because I always run out of the ones that I get with um, my eBay thing coupon or whatever. Because I send so much stuff out in bubble mailers because I sell so many smalls. Looks like Mac has a new video that just came out. So guys, go check that out when you get a chance. I'll try to remember to go watch that after the show. That's what's up. Kelly gets boxes from her work and her husband's job. Yeah, I love the fact that I can just get all types of stuff like that. Matt gets all that stuff as well. DC Sales said they've been buying from Sam's Club online, so lots of packing. That's cool. Jacob Michael, what's up, my man? Yeah, Cody says, love the eBay bubble mailers. Me too. I get like the biggest ones they have. And then when I run out, there's ones that are just a little bit bigger than that are like not branded that I've been buying on eBay. I might have a link to that in the description. I can't quite remember if it's, I'm pretty sure I have a link to that in the description. But yeah, those work really well too. But yeah, I use a lot of bubble mailers.
I'm gonna go clean.
That's a beautiful thing. That's awesome. Rev Resale says my church peeps always bringing me packing supplies. That's awesome. Yeah, I used to have a lot of people at the church bring me stuff too before our church closed up. Back whenever I was pastoring church full time, I pretty much just sold Pokemon cards and video games kind of on the side. More of like a hobby seller then. And once it closed down, that's when I kind of went full time. Then I still do like ministry on the side for free. Johnny's getting ready to ship. That's what's up.
Johnny's getting ready to.
No. See, that's why you can't have the wife around when you're doing these shows. She's over there being inappropriate, guys. Yeah, so the title today is, should you consider selling on multiple platforms? So that's kind of what we're going to discuss for a little while. And obviously, we're going to want your input on that. And we're going to also want to see what platforms you guys are selling on. But for me, it's like I couldn't imagine not selling on multiple platforms, especially now that they have these List Perfectly's, Vendu. I haven't used List Perfectly, but Vendu has really, really upped my sales big time. As far as cross-posting items to Macari and Poshmark from eBay, I hadn't even listed any new inventory on eBay since I've been trying to work out this Vendu. I was trying to take advantage of as many free listings as possible. So I sent a ton of stuff just from eBay over to Macari and Poshmark. Poshmark's been kind of moving at a snail's pace. But I had my first Poshmark sale last night that I've had in probably a year, just because I don't mess with Poshmark all like that. Then I've been killing the game on Macari lately. Like seriously, like it's such a huge advantage to have things posted in multiple areas. Because I'm having stuff that's been stale, not even moving, not even liked or watched or even viewed really on eBay, and people were buying it up on Macari. So that's been huge for me. So if you guys haven't tried any of these listing platforms, they're definitely worth at least looking into. For example, I'm man, like it was almost in the first day I was using Vendu that my additional sales essentially paid for like a monthly subscription, and that was still during the trial beta time, so I didn't even have to pay anything for it. And then Vendu also sends you a 25% off code off of your first 6 months if you were a part of the beta. You might be able to reach out to them if you weren't and ask for it. But yeah, I'm definitely going to take advantage of sticking on that Vendu for a minute and at least trying to drive as much business as I can from um, the other platforms. It's definitely been a huge bump in sales for me. What would you say, Nate?
Um, sorry. Hold on one second. Let me clear my throat. So, working hand in hand with Amazon, just alone, you need another platform for returns and not only that, just items that you might get gated on and everything else. I jumped on the Vendu train too late, so I didn't get the chance to really push anything over to Macari or anything like that. But moving forward, I'm definitely going to probably just manually post over there after I post on eBay, um, instead of having the cross post. Just for the sure reason why Anthony just said how he was having success with just having different products getting seen over there, and it just gives your items second and third chances per day that normally you'd only get maybe one or two shots at. So it's just gonna really help move your sales in a better direction and be seen.
Yeah, for sure. Mike was asking if I was okay. Looks like I'm chilling in bed. Yeah, dude, I'm okay. I've been I have gout in my foot. I don't know if you saw the show yesterday on Nate's channel, but I had the camera off and it was just like my picture. Reason I did that is I didn't even have a computer yesterday. I was just on my phone, laying in bed, doing the show. I can't put any weight on my foot, so right now I'm on crutches and everything. So getting downstairs is like real hard for me. So my wife brought her little Chromebook up, and I'm doing a show on that this morning. So I figured I'd at least let you guys see my smiling face, even though I probably look a hot mess, which is cool. I don't care.
I'm gonna try to make it to work today. Supposedly, I feel like crap.
Yeah, that sucks, dude. Trying to get caught up here in the chat.
He says, "Did you feel the earthquake Monday, Alex? Is there an earthquake somewhere?"
Yeah, I saw her saying something like that the other day too. I guess there was a earthquake out her way. Hopefully everything's okay, D. Matt sold his first golf club yesterday. That's what's up. Yeah, golf clubs are if you get the right ones, they're definitely money. I actually last time I was at my doctor, I haven't been seen for this gout or anything, but last time I was at my doctor, he kind of knows what I do as far as reselling and stuff. He asked me for a card, and then he said he wanted to have me sell off like all of his old golf equipment. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Justin wants to know how much Vendu is.
Um, I can pull up the pricing. Give me 1 sec. Let me just look it up. So essentially, their website is vendu.co. If you put in .com, it's going to take you to a different website. So let me share my screen here.
What's up, Gate City Picker? Nice seeing you this morning.
There we go. Okay, so you go to vendu.co. And sorry about this computer being slow as heck. But yeah, these are like the main platforms that cross posts to: Etsy, eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. Okay, so pricing. Here's the breakdown. So you can pick whatever plan best suits your need. You get 5 new listings for free. So you can get 5 and it goes to 3 marketplaces. So like say you wanted to list it to eBay, Mercari, and Poshmark. Boom. You get 5 for free each month. Then if you want to have up to 25 new items cross-posted, it's $8.99 a month. If you want 125, it's $20 a month. 250 is $30 a month. That's probably where I'm going to fall, around the 250 mark for at least a little bit. Once I get my stuff like all cross-posted, then I'm going to probably drop a little bit as far as price, maybe drop to like 125 or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but you can even go up to 600 items for $50, 2,000 for $99.99, and 4,000 for $149.99. So it just depends on really just the size of your eBay store, So basically what I have in my eBay store that isn't cross-posted is probably around the 600 mark. So I could move everything over if I wanted to go that route, but I'd probably stick like right around this price range right here, $30. Now there's a couple different features that are extra to add on. Importing was one of my favorite features from the beta. That's an extra $5. And essentially what the importing does is it gives you the listings you already have, say on eBay. And if you want to cross post those to Mercari or to Poshmark, you can very easily do that. There's a delist and relist feature that's $4.99 as well. And essentially what that does is it, like say you have some stale listings, you can go and end your old listings and then relist them so they're like fresh listings again. So that's a decent feature. And then they have another one, which is Fourth Marketplace, which, I mean, I don't really know anybody that's really using 4 marketplaces. I mean, you can use Etsy too, but most of the stuff, I don't even mess with Etsy. I do have an Etsy store that I'm basically going to use for custom made stuff. But for the most part, I think that one's pretty much irrelevant to most people. These 2 are pretty good though. But then again, it adds to your monthly fee. So importing is definitely one that I want, because I have so much stuff that I have listed on eBay that I'd love to move to other platforms just to kind of get fresh eyes on it. Because since I've been doing that, it's been a huge game changer for me. The other site is List Perfectly, and I do know some people that are on that site as well. I've never used List Perfectly, but I have been a part of the beta for Vendu, and I really do like Vendu. It's a really convenient, easy to use platform. So I would suggest, if you guys are interested in something like this, give them a shot. Even if you start with this free, I mean, you get to list, 5 things to multiple platforms for free. So at least go and sign up for the free account. See if you like it. If you do, then, maybe move into the $25 or the 25 item range for $9. It's just another option to help you drive sales and to drive business. It's definitely helped me out. I think either way, I need to get this importing feature right here, just because it's been a game changer moving my stale listings over to other platforms and just watched them sell. Essentially, this could have paid for itself within like the first day that I was using it. So, just one of those things that might be able to help you drive some additional business. So, I want to give it a try. You froze, Nate?
I was talking to my wife.
Oh, gotcha.
One second.
Just checking through the chat because I couldn't see any of it while I was sharing there. A lot of people getting shipping supplies from work. That is awesome.
My bad.
Storage scavenger. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Hopefully everything's okay. If you want to tell us in the, I don't even know if you'd want to do it in the chat, but you could. I have my email and my Instagram down below. I'll definitely pray for you and your wife. If you want to, if you feel comfortable putting it in the chat, I'll pray for you guys live on stream. If not, if you email me what's going on, or you can send me a message on Instagram, I'll definitely pray for you guys and be there as prayer support. I'm more than happy to do that. Rev Resale says, I want to give the church more than I make. Reverse tither is always the goal. That's awesome. Yeah, that would be amazing, man. The last leg of our church being open, I actually didn't even take a salary, and then we still tithed on top of that. So that's what's up. Yeah, Matt says right now he's only on eBay, which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's plenty of people that just do eBay that are killing the game. Like, for example, look at Lonnie over at Garage Flips, Shed Flips. I mean, that dude is straight killing the game. So you got Rev Resale praying for you too, man. Good question here by the Bargain Effect. He says, Pittsburgh, do you know if importing counts as a new listing, or are new listings just counted when they're done fresh on Vendu? I don't know, because like I think that would be fantastic if you could get away with having the free account and then maybe pay the $4.99 for importing and then just list to eBay and then import it over to the other ones. That would be ideal for me, but I'm not sure, Tommy. I'd really like to figure that out. Rev Resale says, does it cancel the item on the other platform when it sells? No, it doesn't. But what you can do is you can go back into Vendu and you can delete the posting in Vendu, or you could just go to the other platform and cancel it out. So I've been making a habit of every time something sells, going to the other platforms and just taking them off. Paul says that they use List perfectly. He loves it. It's so easy. That's awesome to hear. I've been wanting to check that out as well. D says, I know nothing about sporting goods. I don't even look at the sports equipment. You're passing by a lot of good money there, D. Although I fully understand, because I get people to comment on my videos all the time, because I'll walk by some glassware and, it could be like a $50 to $100 piece and I just have no idea. So I fully understand that. I'm sure all of us walk by money a lot, just because we don't know the product that well. So no shame in that. Okay, so D says it was a small Earthquake 3.8 cracked some foundations in Knoxville, and her husband felt it here. Hopefully, it didn't do any damage. Oh, that sucks, Rev. Said the flu's running through his house. Hopefully, it runs past him. Yeah, I hope it does too, man.
It's been running through my work, and I think that's what finally kind of hit me. I think.
Yeah. So Matt was asking, is Poshmark mainly shoes and clothing? That's pretty much what I use it for, but they've now started to incorporate hard goods and stuff like that onto the platform as well. So you can post that stuff over there now. Um, but I pretty much just use it for shoes and clothing. Anything else I just send to Macari. Well, the nice thing about Macari is it's sort of like eBay in the sense that you can sell pretty much anything over there. So I cross post everything that I can to Macari. D says that she sells on Amazon, Etsy, and 2 eBay stores. Nothing cross post except made to order items. Yeah, that's not too shabby there, D. Um, I the only inventory I keep completely separate that doesn't get cross posted is just Amazon. And that's just because I send that all into FBA.
Yeah, hopefully they accept my packages today. Hopefully.
Lisa said I've been having issues with eBay posting on Vendu. It doesn't put all the details. Did you have that problem? The only problem I had in regards to taking my eBay listings and putting them through Vendu was main issue was the Poshmark Macari titles can only have 40 or 50 characters, depending on which platform it is. And eBay is 80 characters. So you have to kind of shave some of that down. Other than that, I didn't have too much of an issue with details popping over. One issue I saw was the categorizing of the item. It's a little bit different, and it's almost, unless you're doing clothing or some kind of an accessory, it's almost like you kind of just need to give it like a default category. But I'm sure that that's something that they're still going to continue to work through, just to better kind of set up your stuff.
PK vending and flipping has. Do you have to pack it fancy for Poshmark? You don't really have to.
No.
I'm sure if you're selling like really high end stuff, it would probably look better if you did. But
yeah, for example, I sold a pair of Jordan baseball pants, like baseball uniform pants. I'm sending it out in eBay polybag today, so it doesn't have to be pretty.
you crack me up with all the eBay stuff you send out. You send eBay boxes to Amazon.
Yep. I send, dude. I've been sending out Macari stuff and eBay stuff as well. I mean, I don't care. It is what it is. It's a box and it's free. Max says you want to learn one platform completely before moving to another one. What good is being mediocre in several platforms when you could focus on one and master it? Yeah, for sure, dude. I'm fully behind that. Essentially, the multi-platforms is for somebody that's been on eBay for a long time and they're doing well, but they essentially need to drive some extra business. Because I know for me, eBay just hasn't been cutting it this, at least this month. This month has been super slow. Sales have started to pick up over there, although with between my foot and everything else going on right now, I just haven't had very much time to list. So I've been focusing a lot on the cross posting, and it's really paid off for me. But I've been using Macari for probably, man, I start Tommy the bargain effect, kind of got me into Macari back when we were still doing the mid morning break room. So it's been a while. We're now on our like third morning show. And I've been using Macari the whole time, and I really like Macari. They're starting to make a lot of things I didn't like about it. Like they're starting to fix those. So it's definitely a platform that I really like it. Um, Bad Dog said, I read Vendu has glitches and has it screwed up any of your listings? It hasn't screwed up any of mine, but any new platform has glitches. I know that I've heard people like Tracy, uniquely me, say that she's had a lot of glitches with it. The only glitch I had was it wasn't pulling up. It wasn't connecting Poshmark or Macari. The trick around that is you have to log into those in a separate tab if it doesn't do that, and then go back and reconnect them. So that was kind of what I had to do. And then I had one instance on a working hangout where it was showing up as the 0.05, and they had already upgraded to 0.06, and I had to have Landshark Picker kind of walk me through what to do. So he was on that hangout with me, and he's kind of like a computer genius. So he hooked it up there. So Johnny said right now he's just on eBay and he's looking into other platforms for his jewelry. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the best platform for jewelry would be. I'm sure that Posh wouldn't be too bad for that. A good person to talk to there would be Hip Flippin' Mama, because she kills the game with jewelry. In fact, today's Wednesday, so tonight at 7 p.m., she's going to have a jewelry auction on her channel. If anybody's interested in checking that out, it's Hip Flippin' Mama. That's 7 p.m. Eastern time. She kills the game with jewelry, though. That's for sure. Anytime I ever have jewelry or something like that, that's who I hit up. So how's your Amazon been, Nate?
It's been okay since the first batch of it. It's going down a little bit in sales the last couple days because I ran out. I have a couple products that I had in there. It was really selling hard. So as soon as they hit the warehouse again, I'll be gravy again.
Yeah.
But it was sold like 120 of a product in like less than a week.
What's up? Jacob Michael said he loves Vendude. Not only has it been helpful, he thinks the opportunities it will provide as it grows will be amazing too. Yeah, for sure, dude. And I love the fact that you get 25% off of your bill right now too. So that's a definite benefit. Yeah, my Amazon's been kind of slow, but I don't have a whole lot of inventory in it just because I haven't had time to run out and do a whole lot of stuff lately. But I do have like half an order down in my basement that needs to be packed and sent. I just haven't had time to do it.
I just sent out 7 boxes, 317 pieces.
That's awesome, dude.
It's like 218 pounds.
Nice.
I was happy that I was actually getting some mail from UPS that they were able to just pick up my shipment right there and there.
Jacob Michael says importing counts as a new listing. That sucks. I kind of figured it would, because that'd be kind of like a workaround for the platform. You know what I mean? Be kind of like a loophole to get a whole bunch of listings for essentially $5. Good morning, Nana Tank. Glad that you're joining us. Larry Lafferty, good morning, bud. Just trying to get caught up with all of your questions and comments and stuff, because we definitely want you guys to feel a part of the show as well. Kelly, the Ecom Mom Ward, sells on Amazon, eBay, Etsy, and Poshmark. There you go. Surprised you haven't ventured into Macari yet. It's really the only major one you're not on. DC sells. She said my order from Pittsburgh on eBay was in an Amazon box. Yeah, I'll literally use any box I can. I don't really care if it's like pretty or not, or if it's even the right platform. Tommy does the same thing as me. He said I send everything out in eBay packing no matter where it sells.
I always worry about sending eBay boxes to Amazon for the fact that I feel like they're going to be like, oh,
yeah,
eBay, we'll make sure to receive this last.
That's probably why mine takes so long.
And mine just go right through.
Scott said, did you see the news that eBay has laid off 100 to 200 more workers? I did not, but that's a little bit scary. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you do have all of your eggs in that eBay basket, you just want to, for me, I want to make sure I'm covered, should something happen, and God forbid, should eBay ever close its doors, like I'd be comfortable rocking out Macari just because it's pretty good for the type of inventory I sell. But yeah, I mean, my thing is I want eBay to thrive, just because eBay's been good to me. You know what I mean? It's helped to pay our bills since we've been doing it as a full time income and everything. So I'd really like to see eBay thrive. But yeah, it's a shame to hear 100 to 200 people lost their jobs. So Nanotink says, I thought Poshmark was hardcore showing your closet many times throughout the day. I've never tried Poshmark. Figured it would take up too much time. And it can take up a lot of time. To be fully transparent, Nanotink, unless you're putting up many items there is a lot of sharing involved, sharing your closet, sharing other people's closets, hoping that other people will share your closet. A lot of that's how things get seen. It's not like, for example, like I post a pair of Jordan shoes. People search for Jordan shoes. Like I don't think that they can just automatically find your listing. I think it needs to be like shared through some kind of a network. But I'm not as versed in Poshmark. A really good person to talk to about Poshmark would be Adventures in Reselling Victoria. She's like the OG of Poshmark. Another one for international would be Jody Mitama. He kills the game on Poshmark. He's in Canada. Yeah, Cody Bro says Macari has been advertising a ton lately on TV and radio. Yep, I've seen a ton of Macari stuff. And you know what? It makes me feel good whenever I see these platforms advertise because I know that they're growing. And the nice thing about Macari is I can't remember who I was talking to, but I was saying, yeah, Macari's been like fantastic for me as far as selling toys and video games and stuff like that. And they were like, well, yeah, Macari is more of like a younger demographic platform than eBay, which makes a lot of sense because a lot of the stuff I really like to mess with sells fantastically on Macari.
Eric Bishop said that he's seen that Amazon was to purchase eBay.
Really?
That'd be crazy. I would never expect that, but
yeah,
Amazon does some crazy things, that's for sure. And it kind of work out all the time. So I'm about to look that up.
Tommy says he hasn't had any issues with Vendu. They had a lot of the glitches in the beginning, but they're pretty solid now. Kelly says, I don't share very often, but I'm not super into Poshmark. I make a couple of sales a month, but you can usually get more for your items on Poshmark. I've noticed that too. I always list stuff a little bit higher on Poshmark and Macari, and I typically get a little bit more. The nice thing about Macari is it's a flat 10% across. So that means you don't have to pay, any of the PayPal fees or whatever. You know what I mean? It's a lot more cost effective from a seller standpoint. And the nice thing is once you get paid, they pay you whatever the item sold for minus the 10%. So you don't have to store up money all month waiting for a big eBay, payment to come out or whatever. So I really like that about Macari. Okay, so Reseller Man said if the jewelry is handmade, then check out Etsy. Yeah, anything that's like custom made, Etsy is perfect for. I did sign up for an Etsy store because as soon as I have the extra money, like I have all these like little projects I want to do when I have extra money. But whenever I get some extra money, what I want to do is I want to start up a printing on demand 3D printer business on Etsy. Oh, nice. Johnny said that he likes watching Hip Flippin' Mama's show. He bought some pieces from her last auction. That's awesome. I know she's going to have some good stuff this week. She was telling me she's putting stuff from her personal collection in the auction this week. So you guys can expect to get some good stuff. Yeah, Craig said Vendu beta period is over. It's frowny face. Yeah, unfortunately. Buying space. What is up, Myra? Freddy's in the house. Blue Rhino liquidations. The man, the myth, the legend moving to the Berg. Eric Bischoff said, I might finally get a shipment together today. I hope first since early December. Yeah, I just sent one out a little while ago, and I haven't even, full transparency, got hooked up with another repricer yet just because I don't have enough inventory in there. Kelly accepted a best offer on eBay, hoping it'll stir up more business. That sucks. She said she tried Macari, but nothing sold, and they closed her listings. That sucks. Now, when you tried it, were you doing like the promoting where you either like drop it by $1 or you send offers to likers and stuff like that? Because I've noticed a lot of good luck doing that kind of stuff. I get a lot of people making me offers on Macari too, which I really like. Eric said he heard 300 people were laid off and maybe more. Also rumor. Oh, yeah, you read that already, Nate, huh?
I read the other one. Someone said it was one. Scott said 100 or 200 people.
Gotcha.
And then the purchase of eBay. Amazon purchasing eBay. Yeah, I read that part.
Larry wants to know how popular is Macari with people buying. It's definitely not as popular as Amazon or eBay, but I would say it's right up there with Poshmark. It's more of like I'd say Posh and Macari are both like younger demographic, as far as like who uses it. They definitely don't get the traffic that eBay or Amazon gets, though. And we're not saying that you absolutely have to do multi-platforms. I'm just saying this is what's been working for me is, working on several different platforms. I know whenever I was newer to the game, I basically had to shut down my Poshmark and some other stuff just because I was having trouble keeping track of the listings. And now I find the best way for me to take care of this is to, as soon as something sells, log in and delete it off of the other platforms. Yeah. Jacob Michael says, in Poshmark, you can sell without diving too deep into the sharing culture. Most important is to share your own items. The rest is a time suck. Yeah, it can be. The nice thing is there's a lot of cool people in the community that are really good at sharing stuff for each other. So I know Victoria has been great as far as sharing out my stuff. To buying space, I'm looking at Macari for my first platform listings. I've only done Facebook Marketplace so far, ordered some glass pendant necklaces, Macari has 10 times the number of listings in that category. It's awesome. Yeah, Macari's not a bad platform. I know people that are like that is their platform is Macari. And that's perfectly fine. You know, if the stuff you sell does well on a platform, there's no problem with niching out to that platform or whatnot. Yeah, I completely agree with you, Bad Dog. Um, he's saying eBay needs to have a seller app that has all the features found on a PC. Other platforms let you make it easier to sell on your phone. Yeah, I
Yeah,
completely
sure.
agree. I run the majority of my business off my phone. The only thing I really mess with the computer for is printing and running like any kind of promotion or something like that. But for the most part, I try to do everything from my phone just because it's always on me, you know. Even if I'm sitting on the couch watching TV with my wife, I'm always going through sending offers to people and doing whatever I can do on the phone. Tommy said Amazon purchasing eBay was a rumor that was created when someone took a article they read out of context. Cool.
And not only that, they would have like the harder struggle to do that. They have to get through the government for that, which they're already arguing with the government about being a monopoly as it is, and all types of other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea there, Jacob. He said best thing I started doing a couple months ago was paying my eBay bill a few times a week, so my monthly bill is just the cost of the store. Yeah, that's not a bad it's not a bad thing to do for sure. I know that I know that that can add up depending on the size of your store and how much business you do, and if you're over your listings. Okay, so Matt's asking is shipping as easy on Poshmark as it is on eBay? I think it's easier because the way it typically works is they email you a shipping label when something sells. So literally, you just go to your email, you open up the label, and click print. So for me, I found, and it's that way on Macari too. If you choose to use Macari rates, they just email you the shipping label. You open it up and click print.
Justin Jacobs says recently talked to eBay, and they said a uh, more seller friendly app is in the works.
Nice. Yeah, they need to, man. Like they've been really dragging their feet as far as that goes. Hey, good luck on your job interview there, Mac. Hopefully everything goes well, man. Alexa says she just started using Bendu yesterday and has started cross listing to 3 platforms: eBay, Macari, and Posh. That's awesome. Hopefully you'll see a big bump in your sales. I know, like I said, for me, I have. It's been awesome too because the stuff I've been selling has been sitting. I sold an action figure yesterday that was sitting so long it had dust, and I think it's only the second one I've sold in like 2 years. So I was happy that Macari did that for me. Tommy said his last 2 months on Macari, he has been outselling eBay. It all depends on what you're selling, uh, what crowd of people you're targeting. Exactly, Tommy. And Tommy, like I said, is the main reason I even got into Macari because I saw how well he was doing on it. And Larry says he can't do multi-platforms right now. And yeah, that's the thing. You shouldn't rush into something just because other people are doing it. You need to see what is right for you at the time, like what you can handle, what you can't handle. Because like I said, what was it, maybe 9 months ago when I started on Macari, um, it was a stretch for me to handle multiple platforms, because before that I'd shut down my Poshmark and everything and just focused on eBay. Sometimes you need to do that. Sometimes you need to, I've taken a lot of time just in December to kind of refocus on eBay because I pulled so much attention off of it for Amazon. So yes, sometimes you need to just focus on your primary platform and really just do all that you can to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success, because if you try to do too many things at once, you can also kind of run yourself ragged and not do anything great. You can do everything okay, but I mean, a lot of this stuff, the better you can do, like the more effort you can put in on one platform, the more return. Like especially with eBay, they reward activity so heavily, so it's always nice to be able to put a lot of energy and focus behind that platform as well. Nice thing with Amazon though, I found, is the biggest issue I have there is just keeping it stocked. I have no issue with the stuff selling. It's mainly just keeping it stocked. So I really like Amazon in that regard. Jacob said if there was a way to measure the effectiveness of sharing, um, and a transparency with listing hits and conversion metrics, he'd be more supportive of Posh. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Posh is like literally the bottom of my totem pole as far as like my platforms and the stuff that I do. I don't mind cross posting stuff over there because, like I said, I just had a sale over there last night. So it's a sale that I may not have had. So if I can cross post a few things over there and just let them sit, I'm cool with that. My cat's trying to climb in the window. If you guys can see that behind me, that's why you see the influx of light coming in. And Tank is asking, have we ever heard of Cherish? It's a great platform to sell antique furniture, larger pieces. They take care of all shipping, and shipping is paid by the buyer. No, I haven't ever heard of that, but that's a great resource, especially since Nate and I are trying to get into storage lockers. So that's the main thing. I don't deal with many large items just because I can't lift it with my back. So, um, but it's nice to know that there is a platform out there that specializes in those type of items. Justin Jacobs does everything from his phone as well. Yeah, it's nice to be able to use that stuff on your phone. Thanks for sharing that. Kelly's auction later on tonight. If anyone wants to check it out, you can go hit that bell on her channel. Also, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Auctions for You. It's by T. She has a really cool channel. I would highly suggest checking that out. She does auctions pretty much every single night of the week. And she also is signing people up if you want to do an auction on her channel. I would suggest it. I've done well every time I've been on her channel. So it's a good way to get your items out in front of people and to get them sold without even having to worry about listing them. So if anyone's interested in that, her eBay page, or not her eBay, her YouTube channel is called Auctions for You. And I'm pretty sure they have a Facebook group too. So if anyone has that information, if you want to drop it in the chat, that'd be cool. But yeah, definitely check her out for some auctions. I know both Nate and I have both purchased off of her auctions before. I've made some money off the stuff I bought. Okay, so Bad Dog's asking, how are returns handled on Macari? Can you set your own return policy like the old eBay days? You know what? Honestly, I'm not entirely sure. I've never had a return on Macari. Knock on wood. I know that I've heard people say they've had returns, but the returns are much farther and fewer between on Macari, in my opinion. Have you ever had a return on Macari, Nate? And if anybody in the chat's had a return on Macari, what was the experience like?
I've never sold an item yet on there. I put a couple of items up and I didn't go back and check in like a week or something, and they deactivated my items and I ended up selling them on eBay.
Mm-hmm. I've actually never had a return on Poshmark either. I would assume that it would be very similar to Macari as far as how that's handled, but I've never had a return there on Poshmark because, like I said, I don't use it very much, and yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I don't want to speak on something and give you guys the wrong info. Justin says, has anyone noticed particular item categories that sell better on Macari? Yeah, the stuff that I think sells best on Macari is stuff targeting younger people, like what they would be into. You know what I mean? Video games, toys, collectibles, hats do decent on there. Plush does decent on there. But you can list, just like eBay, you can list anything to Macari for the most part. I've sold clothing and shoes on there even, but for the most part, I've done really well with video games and toys and plush and stuff like that over there.
Jacob says, well, what he's heard is if you're not using Macari shipping labels, there is no seller protection.
For what?
Macari.
Okay. Gotcha. Jacob says Posh sends consumer a label and you just resell the item. So that's good.
What's up, Gary?
So Matt's asking, can people pay through PayPal on Posh? I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I know that they don't use PayPal as like a payment system for their sellers, but most places accept PayPal. So I'm not sure. I've never actually made a purchase on Poshmark, to be honest with you. I've only really used it as a like a cross posting platform.
Yeah, I think they use their own thing, like how eBay's starting to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. Jacob said you'd link a checking account. Yeah, I knew that as far as the payments go there, but I just didn't know if say if somebody wants to buy something, are they able to use their PayPal account or not? You can also have a check mailed to you as far as that stuff goes, but for the most part, people just direct deposit it. Thank you so much, Myra. So there is a link to T's channel, guys. If anyone's interested in checking out any of her auctions, please make sure you go and subscribe to her. Nana Tink says she's never had a return either on Macari. Yeah, I mean, I've heard people saying, like, I know Tracy was saying that her very first sale on Macari was a return, but I've never had one, and I've had a good bit of sales over there. Good morning, Gary. Good to see you, my man.
Feel terrible.
What, your stomach?
Yeah, just like my whole body. Like I just feel tired and I just don't feel good.
Also, here's T's Facebook group. If anybody's interested in that, make sure you check that out. Lisa saying you can't sell adult items. I think the average person doesn't really sell adult items, though. I mean, I could be wrong in saying that, but I've never really tried to sell an adult item, though, so I don't know. Bad Dog says Posh is good about making sure that both parties are satisfied after the item is shipped. I don't think you can come back 30 days later and try to return. Yeah, that's always good. I've had people try to return stuff like after 2 months before, and basically I just be like, sorry, I only have a depending on the item, 30 to 60-day return policy. But it's crazy the people that'll try to return stuff and have just like no good, explanation for why they want to return it. They just don't want it anymore. And it's like, well, okay, by that logic, I can go buy a video game, play it for 2 months, beat it, and then be like, well, I don't want this anymore. I kind of want the new game that just came out. It's so stupid. So Nana Tank sold a hat last night, pulled it and seen a stain from, I think, the tissue paper. What to do? Offer to send with another one, different logo, just explaining, and refund. I would give them options. Typically, that's what I do on Nana Tank. Like if I find something's wrong with the item, then I'll either, I'll say, hey, I can refund you for this, or I can offer you another item in my store, or I could offer you this item at a discounted rate. So I'd normally give them those three options, and whatever they choose, like if they want to cancel it, then they'll be like, okay, well, just give me a refund so I can go get the hat I want in good condition. Then it's not going to give you a ding for canceling the order. So you can say buyer suggested or buyer requested to cancel in that case. Okay, so Joe's asking, are the charges for Macari and Posh similar to eBay? Is there a monthly selling fee for your store? No, there's not. You can have a boutique on Poshmark, which I don't know a whole lot about, but there's like some kind of a fee for that. Macari is a flat 10%. There's no fee for your listing your items or anything like that. You can list as much as you want with no fee, and then it's just flat 10%. So say something sells for $10, they're going to pay you $9 as soon as the customer receives the item and either leaves feedback or 3 days surpass. You're going to automatically have $9 put in your Macari account. So that's just the way they work. I think Macari is the cheapest in that regard. So they work like that. Poshmark is very similar in the way that they work, only they charge more. I think they might charge like 20% for their items. So I hope that helps. And if I'm wrong about that 20%, somebody can correct me down below. But I know for a fact they charge more than Macari. There you go, D. Have a good day, DC Sales. She's gonna head out local pallet bins, 4 for $1. Gonna try her luck. That's awesome. You get some good stuff. Just getting caught up here in the chat. That sucks. Freddie said that he had someone try return after 30 days, and we said no. So they went to PayPal and issued a chargeback through their financial institution, and PayPal awarded them a full refund. That sucks. Yeah, PayPal can really be cutthroat sometimes because they're so big on making sure people are comfortable and safe using their stuff. So he says he lost the money and the item. Yeah, people are crazy like that. Most people that do that, I find, are scammers. There's a good bit of people that do that.
That's
Bad
true.
luck. Yes, Posh is 20%.
It's probably one of the things that's really killing Posh, though, is that percentage from their growth.
Yeah,
because it's not double eBay, but it's close.
yeah. And Meyer put Tuesday is at 2 p.m. Join Anthony and Kelly for Bible study. Yeah, every Tuesday. If you guys are interested, I have a separate channel called Flip and Hope. You can go there and join us for Bible studies and stuff like that. Okay, so Kelly says that for Posh, she clarified it, under $15, it's $2.95. Over $15, it's 20%. Thank you for letting us know that. That wouldn't that suck though if you sold something for like say like $5 and they charge you $2.95. They take like literally 2/3 of what it costs.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey Tripler, thanks for joining us today, man.
Jacob says, just say no to Scammy Joe.
Oh, that's crazy. Reseller Man says also when they do a chargeback on PayPal and award the refund to the buyer, they also charge you a $20 fee. That's insane, man. Yeah, not a problem, Joe. We're happy to answer any questions you guys have. And if we're not sure, we're not afraid to ask the chat because there's so many experienced resellers that are here every morning. Um, so he's saying, do you guys use Instagram? Yes. I do use Instagram. I have my Instagram handle down below in the description, but it's Pittsburgh, like the channel name, and the number 74. And he says, if so, do you just use it for a business card or for sales? Is it effective? I just kind of use it for personal use, to be honest with you. Like I don't really push the business as far as Instagram goes. But then again, I have a Facebook account. Like I'll log into. We have a Facebook group for the show, so I keep up with that. Just use my wife's Facebook account. But for the most part, I do most of my social media through Instagram. So I kind of just use that as like my personal account plus to connect with people that I meet on YouTube. So um, someone who does use their Instagram, I know that posts a lot of stuff in regards to their business is the Bargain Effect, Tommy. So but I'm pretty sure his Instagram is just the Bargain Effect. So if you wanted to check out kind of what he does, he'd be a good one to look at, Joe. I know Tommy says he feels that it has been effective for his business as well. So um, he's definitely one to keep an eye on. So don't forget to hit that thumb. Yeah, that does help us, guys. So if you want to drop a thumbs up on the video, that helps us get seen in the algorithm. So we need some algorithm love over here. Good morning, Joe. Freddie said they tried Posh for a month, and in all fairness, they made $300 profit for the test, but they were making much less than they would have gotten on eBay due to the fees. Yeah, that makes sense too. Sometimes you just need to charge more. I typically always ask for more on Posh than I do on eBay. Jacob says that low ballers also run rampant on Posh. I have shoes listed on Macari, Matt. I've had better luck with selling shoes like on Posh or even eBay. But yeah, I have them listed. I've sold some shoes on Macari, so I don't mind listing shoes on Macari either. I actually I bought a whole bunch of Walmart clearance shoes, and I couldn't sell these shoes to save my life. Had them listed to eBay, no activity at all. Had them listed on Poshmark, no activity at all. And I've sold through a good bit of them on Macari, believe it or not.
What are they, man? Ones.
I don't know what they were actually. They were on top of being Walmart clearance shoes. They were kids Walmart clearance shoes. So they were like little like infant booties and like toddler shoes and stuff like that. I mean, they were 50 cents a piece. So I went and bought out like an entire, big box of them. Um, maybe a year ago. Just been sitting on them. Bad Dog says eBay managed payments is supposed to end that craziness with PayPal, circumventing eBay buyer protection. Hope that is true. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit concerned about it just because I like to use PayPal for my eBay, just because I have a PayPal. Um, I have a loan through them, and every sale I get, they just repay 15% of that. So I'm wondering how that's going to fishing and picking. I'm wondering how that's going to work out. Fishing and picking said late to the show, sexy. Pittsburgh doing a Playboy style this morning. Absolutely. Yeah, no, I still can't walk fishing and picking. My gout is killing me. So this is about all I can do for you guys. Is
We're a mangled team today. I'm sick. He can't walk.
yep,
Combined, we're totally out of commission as one person.
yep. So Matt says, do they have to be new? No, you can sell used stuff on Macari. Doesn't have to be new. Another thing with Macari is I always add to the price. I very seldom will list it at the same price I have it listed on eBay because to promote it, you have to technically drop the price. So I always give myself a few extra dollars wiggle room over there. Hey, Jim, how you doing? Thanks for joining us this morning. Definitely appreciate it. Awesome admin, or not admin, mod that you are here, Myra. She just dropped the link to our Facebook group. If you guys want to go and join that, that'd be awesome. That's where we put all information in as pertains to the show. A lot of people will share different videos that they put out, and it's a good place to ask questions should you have any questions about anything resale related or just in general. You'll find both me and Nate there, plus a community of people that really know what they're doing, plus anything to do with our Pittsburgh meetup that's happening April 18th. The information will be there, and there's an event page in there as well. So definitely go over there, guys. Join the group and interact with us.
I got on. I got to take a call.
All right, man. Do your thing. Man, Tank, you have a good day. Thanks for stopping in. Hope you feel better. Okay, so Reseller Man has a question. If I can get it to come up. Why is it not coming up? Okay, so I will just read the question because I can't get it to pop up on the screen. It says, I'm paying off my PayPal capital loan now. Do you think it's safe to take out another loan considering eBay managed payments are taking over? It's going to be different now that eBay managed payments are taking over. You're not going to have the flexibility just to have them take a percentage out of your sales. Once eBay takes over, you're essentially going to have to make like monthly payments or however you want to install those payments to them. So it's going to be another step for you monthly. I would say it's safe to take, but you just have to be more mindful of paying it down every month because there's a certain number that you need to hit per, like, I think every 90-day period as far as paying that back. The only thing that sucks is it won't be automatic and it won't be like you're missing money. You know what I mean? Because that's the nice thing. It's like they take it directly out of your payments. So you technically don't have the money that they're taking anyway. So I like the way they're doing it now. It sucks that it has to switch, but as long as you're good at toggling bills, it would just be like adding another bill to your business essentially. So hope that answer helps. But yeah, I would be comfortable in getting another one. I've actually been considering taking another one once mine's paid off. I think I still owe like $600 on mine, something like that. Yeah, no problem, Jacob Michael. He says we appreciate us doing the show through sickness and everything. So yeah, not a problem. Nate and I are committed to doing this show. So whether or not we're laid up or not feeling well, we're still going to push through and make sure that you guys have a good quality morning show to pack your orders to and to hang out with. So we appreciate you guys being here every morning. That's huge for us. Um, Alexis is sharing my wife's channel. She has a Disney channel. She's going to try to do like at least one video a week. Typically, I'm the one who has to release those. So we've been dealing with computer problems as far as editing her videos down. So I have like 5 videos that need to go up for her that just I haven't released yet. So if you guys are interested in Disney or any of the hauls she does, that's a good place to go and see it. I know that we're going to do a giveaway when she gets to 100. She's like in the mid 50s right now, I believe. So if anyone's interested in checking Ash out, please go ahead and do so. Jim says he didn't get a notice that we were live. Yeah, a lot of people said that today. So he's belled for all notices. And he checked his sub. He checks his sub list often. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, to be honest with you. Hey, Dana, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Oh, that's cool. Alexis is going to be going to Adam's channel later because Maggie Doodle's on. That's awesome. Yeah, go show Maggie Doodle some love. She's going to be on Adam's Exploits Reselling Rhythms today.
I'm not going to work today.
You're not? Yeah.
And I'm off Thursday too, so my boss was trying to say like, "Well, so you're going to take FMLA?" I'm like, "No, I don't have to be at work till Friday if I'm off today."
Yeah.
It's like he
And
wanted
you
me
just need to go grab a doctor's excuse, which you can go to like Med Express. They'll give you one.
I might just go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I need fluids or something. I just feel really weak.
Yeah. Matt's thinking he should do Macari, not Poshmark. Wanted to use a second platform for shoes and clothing, though Posh would be better, but he's nervous about the fees being so high. Yeah, I fully understand that. Posh probably would be a little bit better for shoes and clothing, but like I said, you would just have to adjust your prices accordingly. That's typically what I do. I always ask more on those platforms. Jenny,
Doesn't Posh pay for your labels and everything too?
I don't know if they pay for your labels, but they
I was gonna
send
say,
you the labels.
I was gonna say with the if they would that 20% isn't too bad if they pay for shipping too.
I'm pretty sure the customer pays for shipping. They just will email you a label. Jen A's in the house. How's your hip doing today, Jen A? Been praying for you. Yeah, Maggie says Poshmark takes a lot of care in feeding. Didn't have much luck with clothing on Macari. Yeah, I don't really have much clothing on Macari. I think right now I just have like the brand new stuff up. I'll probably end up putting some up there just because I'm cross posting, but yeah, for the most part, clothing hasn't been traditionally well on Macari for me either. I do okay though with like brand new stuff over there. Hey, Brittany, good morning to you. Glad that you are here. Yeah, and she says the buyer pays for shipping. Yeah, you do a lot of Poshmark, huh, Brittany? I remember you talking about that the other day. Were you on? I think you were on Nate's channel. Yeah, 3 p.m. Eastern is Maggie on. Um,
Adam exploits.
yeah, Adam Exploits. I brain farted there on where she was going to be. Tripler says Macari lowballs more than Poshmark. Posh has a higher fee. I find Macari to be a better platform overall, but still despise the back end of both services. Amazon and eBay are much better for analytics. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're much bigger, more established platforms as well. So, like for me, it's hard to even compare Macari or Posh with Amazon or eBay just because they're like a fraction of the size of their business, and even their market is a fraction of the size. But it's a really good niche market in my opinion. And like I said, I've done well with it. Like I wouldn't completely replace eBay, but I think it's nice to have a supplement to eBay. It's like insurances, right? It's like when you have like Medicare or something like that, it doesn't cover everything, so it's nice to have like a supplemental insurance to kind of cover the other stuff that you need. So that's kind of what I've been doing as far as the cross post. Oh, thanks, Dana. I appreciate that. Yeah, me and Nate are down, but we're not out.
Yeah, I feel rough. Really rough.
Yeah, I can tell you feel rough, dude. You know what you need to do? You need to go drop yourself a nice big deuce.
I've been going to the bathroom. That's not a problem. I just feel like I'm just weak. I feel so weak. I've never felt like this in like ever.
Yeah.
I'm picking up my Amazon boxes. I'm carrying them to the door until like I almost can't carry them. Like that's how weak I was yesterday. I'm feeling worse today.
Yeah. Brittany says there's not as much competition for men's items on Poshmark. That's good to know. So that's pretty much like I've been getting some women's items lately just because my wife's been picking some stuff from Ross for me lately. But for the most part, I mainly deal with like the men's clothing and shoes and stuff just because I know more about it. Dana wants to know if you're drinking Gatorade, Nate.
I got Powerade.
Well, it's the same thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Gatorade.
H2O.
Gatorade.
H2O.
Gatorade.
H2O.
Yeah, she says you need plenty of water too. Yeah, so I think, guys, we're going to start to wind it down just because Nate's not feeling well and I'm still laying here in my Playboy pose. But yeah, if anybody has any final questions before we sign off, feel free to drop them in the chat and we will address them. But tomorrow, I want to remind you guys to check out Nate's channel because we'll be on his channel live at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every day I'm hustling. Burr, 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 burr. His link is down below as well. So Dana says silly rabbits tricks are for kids. Jenna's like, OMG, you two. Yeah.
We're both a mess.
Yeah, me and Nate are like real life besties, so we just like act funny around each other. That beard's a bolo. Alrighty. Appreciate everyone being here. I'm not seeing any extra questions coming in, so we're going to sign off. But again, make sure you check out Nate's channel tomorrow. And we really appreciate all the love and support that you guys have brought to us. Till next time, guys.